it wise. Grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie. And make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, Dreamweaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, the Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome, man. This is episode 310 of the Blerd Cave. God damn, the _1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse that you can find not just here on these YouTubes. You can find us on. I think you find us Google Podcast. Yeah, there's Apple. There's this thing called iHeartRadio, Spotify, whatever the hell the kids are using these days. You can find us on all these places, and if you do, make sure you leave a rating because it helps us find more listeners, just like you. Carter, how you doing?
I'm all right.
He's like, I'm good.
He's
like, come on.
We're gonna need y'all to crack open a Budweiser for episode 316. I want you to say a word with me, LP3. Demonetization. So yeah. I'm still kind of tripping off of.
We need the rent. We need to have the thing like just be like.
We could be real ugly about it, and then like on Blerd Cave 316, we just drinking something out of brown paper bag. We could be really nasty about it. The brown paper bag. What they drinking?
Oh no, because YouTube will literally be like, nah, pimp. Yeah.
No, this is just jungle juice. That's what we drink. Is that still a thing? Is jungle juice still a thing?
I think it is. I actually think it is. Okay, so it's still a thing in black neighborhoods. Like, you ain't gonna find that shit in a white neighborhood, but yeah.
Looking at the optics of that now, I feel nasty.
Yeah. Well, you know how it is. There's this certain shit. Because hell, if I'm not mistaken, there was a time where you didn't see Faygo outside of low-income neighborhoods.
Fact. I asked a coworker Friday if she knew what that was. Because we were having a music conversation, and she didn't know what ICP was, and she didn't know what a juggalo was, and then she didn't know what a Faygo was, and then I had to like pull up a picture, and she was like, "Oh, I think I've seen these in like dollar store."
Damn.
But
Look,
going back,
what?
the fact that black folks was drinking cartons of jungle juice, like,
bruh,
specifically jungle, that's kind of nasty when you think about it. It reminds me of like. Now, y'all won't know about this because y'all weren't in Memphis. Remember all those Colt 45 billboards you would see with like Juicy J or like Billy D. Williams on them, just driving around Memphis?
Just chilling. Well, it's a like, what was it? Like a Tahitian treat? Like, yeah, it was one of those things. Like, you could probably find Hawaiian punch anywhere, but to find a Tahitian treat, you had to. That was black neighborhood shit.
Tell you something. Tahitian treat kind of went though.
Oh yeah, it did.
Tahitian treat gotta go.
Look,
was dog. Nigga, red flavored Sprite. That's what Tahitian treat was. Let's just keep it a buck here.
Yes.
Red flavored Sprite. Don't none of y'all try to course correct me on red flavor. You know what the fuck I mean. Red flavored Sprite. Anytime you saw that white can in the fridge, game time.
Oh yeah.
Tahitian treat was fire.
Look, let me tell you something. When the day came that like, because I used to always get Hawaiian punch at the corner store. When I finally clapped eyes on Tahitian treat and tried it for the first time, it was literally like them old commercials where like you see you holding up the two things and you like, and then drop the other one in the trash. That was me. I was like, ooh man, this Hawaiian punch go over here, man. This right here, this Tahitian treat is where it's at. See, okay, ruby red Sprite.
Right. Yeah, right.
I mean, it's true. It's true. I wouldn't lie to you.
I don't know. But no, I'm still tripping off the conversation we were having before we started this about about Ironheart. I kind of
Mhm.
want you to talk about it. To be honest with
You
you,
know
'cause
what?
that
Fuck
is
it. Let's do it. Let's do it because
that is because that it's fucked up and it's wild at the same time and very confusing. I'm confused.
You know what? Let's unconfuse everybody for wondering what we're talking about. Some of y'all know, friend of the channel, Stephanie Williams, who I actually highly recommend. If you are on social media, go follow her. She usually goes, I think 99.999% of the time, any place I've ever seen her is she's Steph underscore I underscore Will. And I know for a fact she is very active on Threads. I know that for an absolute fact. And also is going to be the person who's going to be writing the upcoming Street Shark. She's got some other books that are coming up on the horizon. She's got some creator-owned stuff on the way. She's got some indie stuff, some big 2 stuff coming. But she and I also like to point out that she is the black woman responsible for why y'all got Milky Way Ghetto in X-Men 97. I just want to make that clear. They took that from Stephanie. That was a black woman that came up with that. Yeah, I'm not giving Bo all that goddamn credit. He had to get that from somewhere. Okay. But no, Stephanie Williams, who also some of you might know her from because she did Nubia in the Amazons, Nubia Queen of the Amazons for DC. Just putting that out there. But she put up a post the other day. She put up a post the other day, basically talking about Ironheart. And you know how, like, Carter and I've talked about this before, that it's kind of wild that Ironheart don't be getting no books like that. Like, even with motherfucker got a TV show coming up. And what was it? I think you and I especially talked about this when the Ironheart Bad Chemistry, which, let me see. Hold on, wait a minute. I got the motherfucker right here, I think. Where's that motherfucker?
He gonna hurt himself one of these days, y'all. I promise he will.
I probably
You didn't know Stephanie was black? You got to tap in. You probably in that same conglomerate of people that thought Donnie Cates was black until we interviewed him.
But yeah, well, we talked about this one shot that came out, Ironheart Bad Chemistry. That was one of the things, because I think Carter, you specifically had said, you're like, man, why is this not a series? Why is it just a one shot? Yep. Well, yeah, Stephanie, yes. Okay, I think you know what? I can fix this. I think I know why some people think Stephanie Williams, or why some people didn't know Stephanie Williams was black. It's because there are 2 Stephanies at Marvel right now. There's Stephanie Phillips. Yep. Mm-hmm. There's Stephanie Phillips who's writing Phoenix. Also writes Grimm and what was that distillery book again? It was what was that one? No. That's the Becky Cloonan one. That's the Becky Cloonan one, right?
No, that's the Becky Cloonan one. You're talking about Life. She's doing the one with Brian Azzarello. That's right.
Yeah. Nasty ass Brian Azzarello. Anyway, she that Stephanie is a whole white woman. But no, Stephanie Phillips, white woman. Stephanie Phillips, but Stephanie Williams, black woman. She blackity black. Let me keep it a buck. Well, no, I'm not talking about skin color. I'm just talking about general vibes. But like Stephanie is unapologetically black. And I love her.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Stephanie Williams is like this. Okay, so y'all know how I always joke about folks trying to being blacker than thou. Look, like
cleaning that up. I got to give you props. That was good. No, Stephanie Phillips. Yeah. This her right here. This Stephanie Wilson right here. Blackity black. I like how you clean it up. That was unapologetically black. That was gangster.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it's because of a thing that I've been telling people, like, because on Threads there's been some people that sometimes get it twisted and think that because I'm a comic nerd that means my blackness is dialed down. It's like no, I'm bliggity black. Look, I'm
black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
that's me. That's me all day. And that's how Stephanie is too. I'm black all day.
Yeah.
I look, I am black when the lights come on, okay? But no, yes, but here we sorry. I'm just saying. But no, we've got Stephanie Williams basically put up a post yesterday talking about how the Ironheart miniseries that never was. It was canceled due to the show getting pushed back at the time. So this was very likely supposed to come out last year. Maybe. Yeah, I think it was supposed to come out last year because that was when the show, for those who don't know, the Ironheart show was finished. It was finished shooting in like 2022. It was finished not long. I actually not take that back. 2023. Because it wrapped not too long after Wakanda Forever came out. To my understanding, maybe a little bit into 2024, maybe. But I remember seeing set photos for that shit before Wakanda Forever came out. Like the scene where and I know some of y'all probably remember this shit because it leaked on what's that motherfucker's name? Just Jared or whatever the fuck. Dude that's always like leaking shit that set photos and whatnot.
Did you say Jeff Jarrett?
And I said just.
Oh.
No, just Jared.
What's that much doing right here leaking Marvel shit, bro?
But yeah, like this shit right here. Like, yeah, like we saw these set photos, we saw these like 5 ever ago.
Oh man, I forgot about that. Yeah.
That was how we knew who the Hood was. We knew that Anthony Ramos was the Hood long before we ever saw like a trailer or anything. Like I know for a fact I have been sitting on these photos for at least a year and a half, almost 2 years. So yeah, that whole scene with the security guard.
Go back to the Hood guy. I know he hot, bro.
No, dude. That motherfucker is sweating. He is sweating.
This was Ernie and I's immediate conversation after I had got a couple of minutes into the first episode of Ironheart. It's just, bro, I know he was hot.
Bro, look at this right here. This, like, when he raised his arm up.
Heavy and hot, bro.
Look, when he raised the arm up, I guarantee you, that man like, ooh, finally some air on my underarms.
It's one of those instances where like when you see some shit ripped out of the comic book in the real, like,
oh yeah, 100%.
You look like a jackass. Like,
man. Look, I'm just saying. Well, and I'll say this too. For those that wanted to know. So yeah, this book, it was supposed to come out honestly, probably last year. This was gonna be. Maybe it was just gonna be called
right before the show.
Yeah, like right. It was supposed to be in line with the show, and it was gonna be Riri Williams Ironheart Volume 2, little 4-issue miniseries. Not even a whole run. Not even a whole run. Just 4. Just 4. You can't do 4. Y'all gave New Champions what, 8? Y'all gave New Champions 8. Y'all can't even give Ironheart 4. That's racist. That's racist as fuck.
No, hold on. You know what? Keep going. I wanna pull this up first so I can have the correct thing.
But like, look at this shit. Like this is like, these are unlettered, uncolored pages, and it looks good. Like, it looks so good. Like, this book could have been something. And it's like we keep saying, like, man, dude, Marvel, y'all have I want to use some terminology I've learned, that Joe Casey would often use. whenever I would talk to Joe Casey, he would talk about, oh, well, why I put this character in this, why I put this character in that. It's because they're movie stars. Like when I was talking about Weapon X-Men, and I was like, oh, so what made you choose Baron von Strucker? And that was his answer. He's like, Baron von Strucker's a movie star. He's like, he's been in the MCU, so people who are like casuals that happen to stumble upon the comic, they're already going to kind of have a frame of reference for who this character is. Like, you're not going to have to do a whole heap of a lot of explaining. Ironheart was in Wakanda forever. Ironheart is thus a movie star. So you have a character that people are going to already have that frame of reference for. You can go into it, read the character, not have to know a whole heap of a lot. And, just looking at this, seeing how Ironheart is giving, and this also can kind of tell you exactly when this took place. You can tell this took place during the Krakoan era, because the shit that Ironheart is doing to this man is not normal. She is putting that man through some paces. Look, wait. Why is she is lifting motherfuckers off the ground and getting ready to slam them back down like on some on some damn Mortal Kombat type shit. And I think she might still have the 10 rings by the time. Yep. She's, as a matter of fact, she did. You can see it right here. She still had the 10 rings by this point. You can't, like, you see the rings, and you could tell the lettering would have, like, dialed out which ones these were. So, yeah, dude, we got robbed. Also, shout out to Jim Toe.
Oh, that's a dope shot.
This right here, yeah, no, this, like, honestly, this makes me even more mad. This right here makes me even more mad that we didn't get this.
I'm gonna make you more mad. So this was supposed to be a little 4-issue mini that came out with the show. A lot of creative teams on comics, they like to try and make it a point to, like in any kind of an interview, tell you that there's a book that they have, and they've been working on the book for a certain amount of time. They already have this issue done. We're working on issue, whatever the hell. So for 4 issues, for something that was supposed to come out with a show, you could have just sat on this. Because it was clear you weren't going to go the DC route of just canceling it and then trying to just have that be a fucking tax write-off. It was clear you were going to put this out at some point. You weren't going to have it go the way of Blade or what have you. I don't think any creative team would have been mad. Well, there would have been some frustration at the book just sitting, but when the show eventually did come out, they would already know, okay, we already have this issue in the bag, we just have to finish these last maybe 1 or 2 or thing like that. So that was one thing that I found really odd. If one issue was already done when that show was supposed to drop, okay, you only got 3 you got to work on now. Because you already know that first one is done. You got that money that's gonna come in that they're gonna have to pay you for when they put that out. All right, cool. So that was the first thing. No one was going to, like, you won't have to worry about the book being late or anything like that, because it's fucking sitting. That was the first thing. Second thing, you put out 5 issues. Marvel, I mean. You put out 5 issues of a Captain America series with Sam Wilson the same week the movie comes out, where he is picking cotton in a hovering plantation. But a girl working on an Iron Man suit, wanting to add to Tony Stark's legacy, hoping to be bigger than Stark, bigger than Pym. You couldn't give that for, like, what are we, like, what? You all have a fucking Marvel has a Fantastic Four book coming out for First Steps.
Yep.
What are we talking about here?
Just because I saw some people a little confused, so I'm going to share why you said what you said. Some of you may or may not remember, Some of y'all may not remember this. This is a little right here. This is a. Oh, you're not Jimmy Palmiotti. Bye bye. But no, some of y'all might remember this. Yeah, and then here was the worst part. This is the most egregious part. Yeah, you got Sam Wilson, Captain America, first official Black Captain America. Then you got Josiah X, the son of the actual first Black Captain America. Then you got new character, Billy, black woman out here. Look, she's so happy to be picking them apples and whatever the fuck it is else they picking. And then you got whole Mexican. Got a whole Mexican back here. Got the Falcon back here. Got him back here picking fruit and shit. And then what do you have the nerve to have up the top up here? Here, let me just. I told you people. I told you people this was gonna be awesome. Like y'all was perfectly fine with putting
make it make sense.
Yeah,
make that make sense.
y'all were happy to do this bullshit. but
make that make sense. Honestly.
Like I just
not even being funny anymore, but just like make that make sense. And that was 5 issues.
Yeah, that
was 5 issues for 1 2-hour movie.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to a TV show that you could constantly get money from based on that comic.
Yeah.
What we doing? And then like I said, you got the Fantastic Four stuff coming out with First Steps.
And they didn't even do a good job with this. They didn't even not the comic is good. I'm not saying the comic is bad, but I'm just saying they didn't do a good job with promoting this. This book came out, this was a couple of months ago. I think this was a couple of months ago, and this got so little fanfare, and I'm like, dude, why are we? Why? Also, I just want to point out something. This was a predominantly black and brown, predominantly black and brown creative team. You've got, if I'm not mistaken, this is John Jennings. John Jennings wrote this. John Jennings, whole black man, Eisner Award-winning artist, writing a book for Marvel. Andrew Dahlhaus, who is on colors here, whole black man. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Jethro Morales. I don't want to, I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but I'm almost positive is either Puerto Rican or Hispanic of some particular level or another. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm just saying. That's insane to me, okay? That's insane to me. I can't get jiggy with this shit, okay? I can't get jiggy with it. I will say this, though. In the defense of the Sam Wilson Captain America book, the comeuppance was not as strong as I would have liked for that last page of that second issue.
Sure wasn't.
But the comeuppance was not strong enough, in my opinion. However, I did at least appreciate that they took those white folk shit. I was like, at least they took the stuff from the place. And I think not Falcon, but Captain America now has a new sidekick, maybe.
But again,
but still,
that was 5 issues for a 2-hour movie.
For a 2-hour movie,
people could see an episode of Ironheart, want to get something current, as opposed to where here's this. Because you know how some people are. If they go in, they want to know about. Well, a lot of people will look at it like if someone tries to recommend them something that's been out for a minute. Well, I don't really read anything old. Well, here's this miniseries. Riri Williams, the Invincible Ironheart. You could have that in turn helping shops, constantly having people coming in there for this fucking book, even if it is 4 issues. So it's just like I don't understand that. I don't understand that very stupid ass logic when we got and I might as well say it like this. I might get in trouble for it, but you know, if Ernie said something to me, I'll know that he had to edit this part out. You got Anthony Mackie in the fields. You got Anthony Mackie in the fields. You got Thunderbolt Ross Red Hulk on the cover when that's not even the Red Hulk that's in the book. And we just got people of color and a lot of you people comments that they do make a point to like call out you people that one of the characters and they make it a point to call that out. But still, you put that out as opposed to an Ironheart book that I could see very easily going the same route of like Shuri with like Black Girls Rock, and now a lot of these young Black girls and just girls period, they have something to look at now, you know what I mean? As opposed to seeing Josiah X, as opposed to seeing Anthony Mackie, another big black dude, a flying Hispanic dude, and this one black girl in the field. Like, what we doing? Like, honestly, I feel like this is a fucking Thursday. What we doing? Like that's wild to me.
Which, yeah, once again, sorry, I was making a note for myself about something unrelated.
I did see how many people were like, and how many Thunderbolt books have we gotten? Yeah, that's the point. And
yeah,
okay, here's my thing with that.
Technically, we got 2 back to back.
We did
technically, because
I'm gonna say this. Even though I know that we did talk about it, and they added the asterisk and then changed it to New Avengers, but
yeah, and they had a Thunderbolts book before that.
Before that, yes, they did.
Literally right before it.
And I do apologize for the way I'm going to say this, but who the fuck is checking for the Thunderbolts nowadays? Let's be honest. Is it a bad book? No. Is it fun? Sure. Why not? Whatever. Who really checking for the Thunderbolts? Come on, man.
I'm just saying, he ain't said nothing wrong.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying.
Like, come on, dude.
Oh my god!
So,
you know, here,
that was a wild thing to find out right before we started the cave when Ernie showed me this. That was a pretty wild thing. That's
that was some bullshit. That was some bull. Like I'm not gonna lie, y'all will probably see me talk a little bit more about it next week on Best Comics this week, because that it had me upset. Like that was some egregious levels of fuck shit.
Thunderbolts, whether you want to or not. No, there ain't nobody reading it. That's why they keep getting new creative teams.
Yeah.
No.
We got a $5 super chat here from LA Chillin. Says light a tiki torch for the clowns offended by Ironheart being black and not being apologetic about it. Turn the damn channel if you ain't feeling it. That's like, honestly, that's what I say every time. Because look, if you are watching something that you don't like and and then want to make it everyone else's problem that you're mad about it,
congratulations, you played yourself.
You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
You know what I almost hit you up about when I was watching? I had gotten to a certain point in the first episode and then I passed out. But I literally gasped when she got back home in that first episode and everybody just flamed her walking in the street. She gets home, my ass literally just goes, okay, she's home now. She rolling her eyes. My mom would whoop my ass for that. Freddie! I almost.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you saw this.
Doing up here?
So, do you know who the daughter is that her character was referencing? No. So, guess who's coming to the MCU, Carter?
Let me hear this first. Who?
Zelma. Remember Zelma from Doctor Strange? Strange Academy? They bringing Zelma. Zelma gonna bring some black girl magic to the show.
Is that who I think it is? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, talking about Reagan Aaliyah?
No.
Or you talking about Zelma?
No, Zelma.
Yeah, that was hanging out with Doctor Strange, hanging out in the Sanctum and at the Strange Academy.
Yeah, she's in the Jason Aaron run. She's in the I know that's Chris Bacalo art. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that? her. Okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's so. So I will say, with all due respect, Ernie,
Mm-hmm.
they ain't gonna do nothing with that. So just let me lower your expectations
Well,
real quick. If they couldn't do anything with Songbird and the fucking Thunderbolts, that was just some young intern that looked like she came fresh off a season of Degrassi. They not finna do nothing with Velma, bro. They
well,
not.
I will say this: they actually are gonna do. I mean, I don't know how much they're gonna do with her, but
Yeah.
I can say this much: this is a scene that's in the upcoming episodes, and it's Zelma. Zelma is the one doing that. The whole like them teleporting. That's her. Like she's moving her hands, like whatever. She's the one that's flipping them.
So
So
they're
she's
already. So I wonder if they're gonna reference that she was in the sanctum. She was basically taking care of the house with. Cause okay,
yeah,
for all
yeah,
the people
yeah.
that don't know the comics, she came to get help from Doctor Strange with an issue. Then she started taking care of the house with Wong
Yeah,
and
with
started
bats and shit.
helping Doctor Strange with certain missions and shenanigans that were happening in the house. It's in the Jason Aaron run. Go read it. I think
Yeah.
I think she was in the Donny Cates stuff a little bit, but
Yes, yeah, no, she was, yeah.
okay. So yeah, so I'm wondering if that's why she can do that. If that's going to get brought up in the conversation, or are we going to do something
Yeah.
else for her?
Well,
Like that's a lot of shit they just moved past.
right. Well, no. So basically, what they're doing is, she, one of the, I can't remember who said it, but one of the women who is, I think it's the woman who's directing the last 3 episodes. I think she got asked somewhere like if there was anything that they should watch before like before going into Ironheart. The only things that people were really like saying like, oh, well, Wakanda Forever and Into the Multiverse of Madness. So I'm assuming based on that, she probably has already been to the Sanctum on some level or another. Or they might be referencing something else, because we also know, I mean, this is the worst kept secret in Marvel right now. Mephisto is going to be in the next few episodes. So that cat has been good and let up out the bag. And then we also can't forget about there were some shots. There were some shots from the oh man, I think this was from. There was a more recent trailer where you could see Ironheart, like, and this was actually with Zelma helping her, helping her create like a magic circle around herself.
Okay.
So yeah, this is like, so she ain't just gonna be showing up for nothing, but I mean she's gonna be doing some shit. But it's I think at this point we're just kind of waiting to see like yeah, are they gonna do anything with her after that? Yeah, now that I will totally be like, okay, we'll have to play the waiting game on that shit and see what pops off. But I do think that her being included in the show is not like an accidental thing. I don't think that's an accident to say the least. Actually, wait. I think I just found. Did I find the thing? Did I find it? No. Where'd it go? Yeah, here it is. I think this is it right here. I think this is one of them. Maybe I have to like look and see like where it goes. But
Did you enjoy Strange Academy? Did you finish it?
yeah, I liked it. I mean, I didn't finish it. I didn't finish it, but well, okay. So they've released multiple different versions of that shit. Because they did one where it's like year 1, and they had another was like year 2 or something like that. And then now I think it's actually officially like done, like, or at least that original arc. But I went back and read it for the Dr. Voodoo video. Because sadly, some of the lion's share of Dr. Voodoo's storytelling is in Strange Academy.
You know it's nominee, right? It's out.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw it and I was scared. So I just kind of kept it pushing. Like I was like, nah, I can't. I was like, I can't. I was like, I can't because I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
I'm never gonna financially recover from this.
Ever. I'm never, ever going to be able to come back to that. Okay, I found the thing I was looking for this whole fucking time. Oh my god, Jesus Christ, took forever. This is what happens when you post too much on social media. But yeah, this is like a shot right here, them doing like their magic shit. You can see like little magic circle straight up out of the sanctum. And you can see here, you know, where like she's like the shit's being manipulated. But like the thing you actually don't see in the shot is that the reason why the shit's working is because Zelma is there like doing it. It's not really Riri in the strictest sense, at least not in one of the shots I saw. In one of them where she actually gets it to work, it's actually like, you know, it's Zelma.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear that Strange Academy was good because I saw that Scotty Young was doing it and I got a little bit nervous because, whoo, child, Fairyland just boy, that dip in quality. That boy don't know what he want to do with that boy don't know what he want to do with that book.
Well, I think
he really
so.
don't.
So the thing with that is, I feel like, you know, since that's a creator-owned book, yeah, he can kind of do whatever the fuck he wants. I mean, it's just kind of up to him at that point. But like when you work for like Marvel, Marvel or DC, they give you very strict guidelines, and you kind of like, unless you're like a Jonathan Hickman or whatever, they're not gonna like just let you do whatever you want. Like your stock, like if some of y'all who watch FD Signifier, you probably heard him say something about like channel credit score. Well, there's a creator channel credit score. If your creator credit score ain't particularly high at Marvel or DC, yeah, they probably ain't gonna let you do whatever the fuck you want. They're not gonna let you have too much rope to go fuck off and make some shit that don't make no damn sense. But yeah,
there is no Strange Academy show. Zelma is just in Ironheart helping Riri. That's what I'm getting.
I think I'm guessing they might have come in a little late.
And then you telling me Mephisto gonna show up? If Zelma's in there, I hope the Empirical don't show up and spring on us.
Yeah, right?
I don't need to see Magic Gore the God Butcher and Ironheart, bro. Get that slaw character out of here.
Oh no,
that was the only slaw thing about that Jason Aaron's Doc Strange run. Is like he literally just did Gore the God Butcher again, but starring Benedict Cumberbatch. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all.
I don't know. Maybe if they would have put Gore in Multiverse of Madness, maybe Gore would have been done better because Taika Waititi did not know what to do with that motherfucker at all. Jojo Rabbit did not know what to do with that shit. But I guess, you know, we bullshit enough. Let's get into the shit that we actually are here to talk about. Well, actually, before I do, I want to make a quick announcement. Those who won the contest that we did not too long ago to win some free comics, those have all been sent out. So you should be receiving them sometime either Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday at the latest next week. So Irv Sweet, Deck It Out, Nerd Large, Bird Nerd, you all should be getting your stuff shortly. Just putting that out there. Let's see here. What else we got? Oh, and then you know what? Shout out to LA Chillin' again. For the 34 months of the Blerd Club Silvermine says, I want to see you and FD rap on current events. I would love to do it because Robo and I have a running joke, and he actually sent me something this morning that made me even more certain that this is the case. There's a running joke on Nerds of Culture. The FD Signifier secretly watches this channel. And there's been things that FD has said on his channel that basically let me know that. Like it's like he's telling us, but he ain't telling us. But there was some shit that we literally recently said on NOC and on one of his recent videos. He doesn't say it verbatim, but he basically says the same exact shit we were saying. And it also happened during, I think the first instance was during the Jonathan Major shit when that video leaked to him getting chased by old girl. We made the Resident Evil comment, and then next thing you know, he making the I mean, it could just have been synchronicity, but yeah, FD's a fan, as I am of his. But no, I love him. I love him. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. But yeah, let's get into our shit. So, let's start with the first thing, because this is kind of easy, and I don't think it'll take much time. So, Carter, have you been keeping up with some of the news going on with the Ultimate Marvel Comics line?
Yes, because the Ultimate Universe Reddit, like those folks, they are on it. That's still comic book Reddit, so it's a lot of shit that I don't like that I'm. Yeah, it's a lot of that. But they came out with solicits, and when I saw one of our talking points this week, I was just because in that Reddit, he's the one that that character, he's the one that everybody just we just want our boy to get a happy ending. They are all collectively like that. Like we just want our boy to get a good ending, man. We just want something good to happen for our guy, man. Which is something you never really want to see. Exactly.
Get a dub?
Exactly.
Oh goddamn.
So yeah, I'm caught up on a lot of it just because I am such a fan of the Ultimates, like you all know. I'm a fan of Ultimate Spider-Man, as you all. Ultimate Wolverine, which I found out is just I almost said mini, but it's 12 issues. It's only like 12 issues. So
yeah,
I'm happy about that because there's only 2 trades I gotta buy, but at the same time, I would like to see that. I did not realize so many people hate that book.
What?
Ultimate Wolverine.
Really?
A lot of people fucking
let me
hate
guess.
that book.
Let me guess. Is it because it's not like Wolverine? Is that why?
No.
Ooh.
The complete opposite. To a lot of those people that I've been reading online and shit, it's because it's just Wolverine. It's just Wolverine shit we have read before. Mind control hurting his friends. Now he's not mind control anymore. He's finna go to the bad guy. So when you say it like that, you just like.
But wait a minute. They ain't got the same smoke for Ultimate Spider-Man? Because, I mean, Ultimate Spider-Man, I mean, it's a different setup, but, I mean, it's retreading. Actually, both it and Ultimate Black Panther, I feel like, have been retreading the same ground that the mainline books have been doing. That was the reason why I stopped reading a lot of them.
So the main thing I've seen with Ultimate Black Panther is love the art. That story is slow as hell. That's the main thing I've seen. There's a lot of setup with Ultimate Black Panther, which Brian Hill has said as much, but I think he said like the next arc is the action coming because apparently he has seen a lot of that. I know he's really active on Twitter and stuff like that. But I've seen like when people will post it in the Ultimate Universe Reddit. But yeah, Ultimate Wolverine. A lot of folks they don't like Ultimate Black Panther because it's slow.
Mm-hmm.
You have some people that really. The same way that we always see Trap God Thanos complaining about Ultimate Spider-Man, there are a few that complain about Ultimate Spider-Man Reddit. But the one that everyone says is the Ken Shamrock of the entire thing. The most dangerous man is what we're about to be talking about right now. With
Ultimates.
What do you have for me, Ernie?
Yeah, I think Ultimates is it. I think Ultimates is the okay. I'll say this. So we were just talking about books being too similar or too slow. I think that Ultimate X-Men is the best and most different book. I think that the Ultimates, as far as like shit that you've probably seen before, I think it does it better than anybody else does. Dennis Camp is absolutely killing it. But for those that don't know. And I'd forgive you if you didn't, because it would require you to have read some other shit that you may or may not have read. But the Ultimate Invasion, during that storyline, we learned that the Fantastic Four, as you know them, were killed off, all with the exception of Reed Richards. This was something that... here, let me zoom this out just a little bit because I didn't realize how zoomed in that was. But Reed Richards was left alive by the Maker and the rest of the FF were killed. They were removed from the playing field, and by the time that you get to, I think it's the last two or yeah, I think it's the last two issues of Ultimate Invasion. That's where you kind of learn a little bit more about where Reed is, as far as like, yeah, that's why he's the Doctor Doom of the Ultimates comics. But one of the things that had been, kind of happening in the Ultimate comics is that he's been trying to recreate the Fantastic Four. He's been trying to get back what he lost, and you're doing these experiments to see if he can get the powers back in to lab rats, with varying degrees of success and more failures than successes. These rats been catching it.
Yeah.
These rats were catching. I think this was Ultimates number 4, I think. These rats were catching 9 kinds of hell. It's sad to see, because you can tell that he's trying to he's trying to get back that magic, get his family back.
Mhm.
And now it is being teased. That there's a new
As soon as I saw it, that's fire.
yeah. Oh no, dude. This
That's
first off,
fire.
I just
As soon as I saw it.
yeah, like I just want to. I'm gonna zoom this in just a little bit, because I want y'all to really like see this. Look at this shit.
It's fire,
Dude,
bro.
look at how cold this. Look at
That is cold.
It's cold as fuck, man. Look, I know I recently went on a tangent about like an overusage of lines, but if you're gonna do an overusage of lines, this is the place to do it. Like in a situation like this is where this has a place. Like all this shit, this is where you do that. You do that here. You do that. Yeah, this is cold, motherfucker. This is Charlie Murphy cold as ice.
I said the Sephiroth shot. That is fire,
dude.
Hey, that's the name for the Spotify episode. Right there.
Well, you know what? You know what it is? I'm gonna say it right now. Earth 616 Reed could never, ever be this cold. Never. Look, I wish somebody would try and tell me Earth 616 Reed could ever do some shit this cold.
Nigga, please.
Nah, get that bullshit up out of here. But no, the reason why we're talking about this is because the upcoming issue of the Ultimates, there is a chance, it's a small chance, but there's a chance that when we get to Ultimates number 17, the possibility for Reed to get his family back finally is on the horizon. Now, the solicit does basically say, will he, won't he? They're not saying that they are definitively coming back, but kind of what I was musing about when I saw this was, if he is able to get his family back, is it going to be the way that he wants? Is it, or is it going to be some shit where, like, because you got to remember, this is the Ultimate Universe. This is not Earth 616. This is Earth 6160.
What scares me.
So, what if he gets back Sue? But Sue ain't Sue. What if she's Malice? What if it said, like, what if he gets back to Human Torch and that motherfucker is not happy? What if the thing, because it is not like, the ever-loving blue, what if it's the ever-hateful-eyed blue-eyed thing? Like, what if there's a lot of what-ifs in there?
A lot, especially considering you asking those questions.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we know that they're using the Immortus engine, like full on now,
Mm-hmm.
with trying to fix certain stuff, what if they're not receptive and he just hits us with that good blinks to time sweeper and goes back and then does it again? So the one thing I don't want to see with 6160 Doom, what I don't want to see with this version of Reed Richards, because that's another question that a lot of people are asking. It's like, I wonder if he's gonna die at the end of all this, just because the PTSD is a lot with him. That the PTSD is rough on that man. So who's to say that he's even doing it to get the Fantastic Four back? What if he's doing it just to, get them to be the heroes that they can be, but he doesn't feel like he that person that, because one thing you all have to keep in mind, he knows the maker. He does not know that the maker is him.
Oh, yeah, that is true. That is true. That's actually something that is very different this go around.
Yeah.
This is a situation where, this is not like we know, he does not.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, there's also the stuff that's going on with oh god, the stuff that Doom had learned, Reed had learned from the Guardians of the Galaxy just was like a few issues ago, about how like there's gonna be the possibility of what he's doing. Like there could be very, very specific outcomes based on who he puts his energy behind. Like because he's basically told there's only one way this works out. There's only and you have to make a very specific choice. And he's never, at least we don't know the answer to this, but it is basically implied that he knows that there's certain people he can put his cachet behind that are going to get the job done. And and he made a very specific choice recently. I think this was, I want to say this was at the end of like 2 issues ago, or it might have been it was the end of a couple of issues ago. We've seen that when he basically had revealed everything that he had been up to, and he had being held to task for a lot of the shit that's been going on. And he's like, "No, man, I'm gonna go all in." He's like, "I'm gonna go all in. I'm all in with y'all." And I think it's gonna.
I like that it wasn't a like now we're on the same team, but we're kind of against you. Once he just laid it all out there, and everybody laid it all out there to him too. I like that they were like, "Okay, we got you." Like we need to figure that. I did like that. So
yes.
Because that was the one thing I was going to bring up is like, yes, they're all using the Immortus, but one of the reasons for that was they found out he went behind them and did it anyway, but he was doing it to save them.
Right.
Spoiler alert. You all know that Ernie and I showed the Ip Man Hulk issue when they all got and just barely made it out, where Tony got squeezed to oblivion. That's not actually what happened. Hulk actually killed each and every one of them. Hulk and his immortal weapons actually just worked everybody. Everybody went to the gulag. Had Doom not used the immortals and saved them, which is what he's saying here. I saved your lives. I saved the Ultimates. And I like that, even with calling him out for what they considered maybe wrong. And I guess this is a lot more about the Ultimate Universe as opposed to the main Marvel, because the main Marvel would have been a fight. The main Marvel would have been you're on your own. We can't trust you. Ultimate is more. It's why I liked Mobland.
Oh,
they're handling it more in a common sense way of like, I get it. So let's pivot and let's do this. So that's why I'm really enjoying the book, but. When it comes to him potentially getting the Fantastic Four back, it's a question of in what capacity. It's a question of because here's one thing I don't think people are thinking about. I don't see Doom going the Mr. Fantastic role. We are not going to see Doom stretching and being Rubber Band Man. We're not going to see that with Ultimate Doom. So I'm wondering who is going to be put in that role this go around. I'm wondering who they're gonna get for that. So that's something that really piques my interest. And who's to say that he even wants to be that guy? Maybe he just wants to what he and Tony were attempting to do in like, let's say, Ultimates 2, because that's one thing I do like that they're doing. You had the initial Ultimates with Tony and Doom trying to figure it out. Then you had Ultimates 2.0, and now we got Ultimates 3.0, which is it's a wink and a nod. Ultimates 2, Ultimates 3 from the previous. I like the way they do that, but I do. A lot of people did not catch that, which is so strange to me. But I don't know, dude. I really right. I really think this is more so him trying to do what they were originally trying to do, and we're trying to give people what they should have had. Your lives were taken from you. What you should have been was taken from you. It's him busting his ass to give them what he perceives as this is what you should have got. So I don't even see him like being the Reed Richards that everybody, thinks that's going to happen. And which is why that's another thing I like about Denise Camp is just that it's a fun feeling when you don't know what to expect in this story. I don't think a lot of y'all expected to see the Punisher skull on a bunch of Red
Nazis.
Nazis. I don't think you all thought that they would give you a reason to want to put hands on the Wasp this go around with us.
Oh yeah, she got to go.
You didn't think you would see a Hawkeye that's not Clinton.
You didn't think Wasp would be talking to Teddy? You didn't think Wasp was gonna be running off talking to Teddy McDonald? Little snowfall for you, little snowfall.
Yeah. Hey man, you know what? That's another issue that I don't think gets as much like praise as it should. There was an issue of the Ultimates where it was coming from Nick Fury's perspective. With him leading the hand and him in actuality going against the Maker's little cabal with Colossus and Hulk and Captain Britain. He's actually going against them, trying everything he can from the inside. He's the inside man trying to put them down, only to then realize that he has tried to do this repeatedly, and they have figured it out and killed him every time. They just reclone him so that he can continue working for him. And when he starts to look like he's finna switch, kill him, make another one. And that's how they're doing the life model decoy thing. And that was a really good fucking issue.
I'm trying to remember which one.
It's up there with the Reed issue when you see Reed getting tortured with what was going on with Nick Fury. That was a wild one. That's one of my favorite books.
Honestly, the book has been.
That was 1 year in Ultimate Universe 1 year in.
That's what it was. Okay, that's what. Yeah, I kept thinking like, man, was that in the Ultimates or if that was in one of the one that was in the one shot? But yeah, you're right. That was 1 year in. But yeah, no. It is wild. It like I said, the Ultimate Universe I think is in good hands. I don't know, like I'm even more interested to know that if they do bring the Fantastic Four back, will they get their own book the way they had in the original the Ultimate Fantastic Four books like they used to have. I would be interested to see it. I would be interested to know what something like that would look like. I would also be interested to see. I know there's been speculation that the universe is going to come to an end. It's not coming to an end. They're just going to reboot that shit. Though if they take a hiatus, sure, they might do that. Kind of similar to what I've heard the Absolute books are going to do. But these let me put it like this: these books make way too much fucking money for them to not keep making them.
I'll be honest though.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know if I'd want a series because I feel like you run the risk of you got too much dip on your chip, and I like that. You brought up the Ultimate Guardians of the Galaxy. They got an issue.
Yeah.
Ultimate
Doctor Strange.
An issue.
Ultimate
You
Doctor
know?
Strange got they just
Got
showed
an
the Black
issue.
Panther and kept on going.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'd much rather like what they've been doing right now, where you get an issue or one shot, and then let us run with that. You know what I mean? But you are absolutely right. They're fine.
Yeah.
At least the Ultimates is firing on all cylinders. That's why I don't mind that.
Mhm.
That Absolute Martian Manhunter is taking a 2-month break for all you people that don't know. After you just read
Yes.
issue 4 this week, they're taking a break from that just to keep the creative juices flowing and stuff like that for that book. I'm cool with that. If you got to do that with Ultimates, I'm cool with that.
Do it.
Keep them both firing on
And I
all
think,
cylinders.
because I think, you know what? The reason why I kept thinking about that too is because Denise Camp writes both.
Yes, he does. And then he also has the image book that he's doing as well.
Yeah, I think it was shit. They're all it's something. Oh no, Assorted Crisis.
There you go.
Assorted Crisis events. Yes, which is it's a good book. It's a very good book. Like honestly, it's books like that almost make me want to do more issues for each best comics this week. But y'all got to start watching best comics this week more for me to want to do that much more work. So there you go. Let's keep it pushing. Let's see what we got. What do we got? You know what? Let's get this up out the way. Batman, Batwang. So I'm pretty sure that I think we kind of loosely talked about this before. I'm not 110% on it, but I'm almost positive that we did on some capacity. But for those that don't know, Batman is going to be starting all over again. That's right. Batman Begins again. Yes, and what I mean by that is we're getting a relaunch.
We did. Okay. We did talk about this. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yeah, because word got out that Matt Fraction was going to be taking over the book. The fraction of it all. Like, yeah, so I actually kind of wish they would have bled into each other. I wish they would have let Chip shit bleed into Matt's. But yeah, we don't get to have nice things. Instead, we get to have Hush too.
It's funny you say that because you bring up Batman and Matt Fraction taking over, and the first thing it needs to Hush 2 is cheeks. That's the first thing I see. Literally the first thing I see. I don't have an opinion on it. I don't read it. I've had people, I've had friends of mine send me panels from it asking me what the fuck is this, because they know I'm the comic book YouTuber now. So they asking me like I'm working at DC, like I'm telling Jim Lee and them do this. I didn't tell them to do that stupid ass shit.
Hey, I own my puns. Hey,
that was still a nasty pun. Do you know that they are selling Hush 2 issues the same size as this damn Treasury edition for a 20 for a dub? I saw it Thursday. Not the whole book, man. You just this single issues, this size. Why you want nastiness that big for 20?
Stop it. Get some help.
No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that shit.
With this, I got good writing and good art. From what I've heard, both Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee lacking. Oh no, I spent 20 on that, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, I'm sorry, but I will buy a lot of shit. That ain't one of them. Okay? That ain't one of them. But no, so for those that don't know, and like I said, we had talked about this before, but so Batman is gonna be making the rounds again, coming back with a new #1 issue. It's gonna have Jorge Jimenez on art again, which I think is okay. Here's the thing I need to say, and I actually had a conversation with Jimmy Palmiotti about this just the other day. Y'all should go check it out. But one of the things that came up was talking about creators not staying on books, art teams and writing teams constantly shifting. I really hope this isn't one of those situations where it's like, oh, we're getting Matt Fraction, like, because they did the same thing with Chip. We're getting Matt and Jorge on a book and then like get you excited, and then 5 issues later we don't see Jorge again for like 20 issues. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't want that.
Detective Comics. Batman. Bruce Wayne is dead. Gordon is taking over as the GCPD of Batman for Gotham City.
Mm-hmm.
Snyder and Capullo are still doing the main Batman series. Detective Comics is being taken over by the hit Flash creative team of Francis Manapul and Brian Buccellato.
Bruh.
The motherfuckers did 3 issues.
See, that's what...
I was so fucking tight, bro.
Look, I'm telling y'all, go watch the interview that we did. Jimmy Palmiotti literally talked about this during the interview, and he could not have said it more beautifully if he tried. When people do shit like that, you get people excited. Because when you give people a creative team, that's a statement of intent.
Yes.
That's a statement of intent, because you're saying, all right, you are telling people, okay, look, we're putting these people on, especially if the book is fire, and you're gonna be like, nah, go ahead and run along now. We gave you 4 issues of this. Now we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna change the art team. We're gonna change the writer, or maybe we'll keep the writer, but we change the artist. Maybe we keep the artist, but we change the writer. So that means there's no consistency in the storytelling. That means there's no consistency, in the art department. And now you're just getting a Frankenstein book. You're just like you're buying the same book every month, but you're getting a Frankenstein of a book where, like, I don't know, maybe the arm over here is green, maybe the arm over here is black, maybe the head is Mexican. I don't know. Shit, I don't know what I don't know what your book is, and I'm sorry, I don't know who needs to hear this at DC, at Marvel, but stop that shit, please. I'm sick of it. God damn. Like,
you know what? Keeping it on detective, your boy Ram V,
mm-hmm.
He just finished his little nocturne long form thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, all right, guys, we got Tom Taylor taking over detective. Oh shit.
And it was heat.
For 6 issues.
The 6 issues. That motherfucker, he said, I got 6 for you. He said, I got 6 for you. That's all I got.
Now we got Al Ewing and a completely different. Oh, so yeah, man. Yeah,
I don't know. It just,
I feel you, big dog.
I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. It is. It just doesn't make any sense. It just does not make any fucking sense, at all to me. And I don't appreciate it. But you know what? I tell you what I do appreciate. I do, in fact, appreciate Romy Forever with this 5, just to kick it off. And let's get those likes up. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for hooking that up. But yeah, I'm sorry. You look.
Ooh, I can make you more mad.
Ooh,
that Detective Comics run I was talking about. So because Francis Manapul and Brian Buccellato were on the Flash for so long, I was really excited, because I wasn't a Flash guy, to read Detective, and I liked Gordon Batman. I think the motherfuckers did like 3 issues, and then Francis was just covers. He wasn't even the Terriers no more. He was just covers. Brian was still writing some of it, but bruh, I want to read this book because folks said the writing and the art on the Flash was phenomenal, and you gave me 3, and then some other artist whose name I can't remember. What wrong with y'all?
I'm sorry, but like, man, when I buy the trade and I see like a long list, Like I'm trying to think of a good example of this shit. But like because okay, you know what? IDW is gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I'm gonna say it. Not the Jason Aaron run right now, but the original 151, that was actually, if you asked me to name a complaint I had, like you said, like gun to my fucking head, say one thing about Ninja Turtles at IDW that you could not fucking stand. The only thing I would probably bring up is that they changed artists so many times. Like the artists kept changing, like the writing team was the same for the most part. But like, yeah, because you had you had one consistent artist for about 100 issues. You had not one consistent art, but I mean, you had one consistent writer for 100 issues. You had another consistent writer for another 50 issues. But like the art changed so fucking much that I felt like I was taking crazy pills. Because every time I read an issue, I was like, God damn, this motherfucker don't look the same no more. This I was like, did I pick up the right book? Dude, right? I was like, wait a minute. Because look, hold on, wait a minute. No.
He picked up the annual.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, because I'm sitting here, I'm going through, because, okay, let me keep it a buck. Let me keep it a buck with y'all. Like, y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. But look at it, I'm gonna read some of this. Okay, so we got issue 1 of, I have the first hardcover here. So Tom Waltz, who was writing at the time, Tom Waltz, you're gonna see his name almost the entire time, with the exception of like when they would kind of intersperse in one shots. But you had like, oh, okay, so you got was this Dan Duncan on art? Okay, cool. I'm going down the list. Dan Duncan. Okay, Dan Duncan. Down to issue 5, and then by where's this at? Okay, yeah, Dan Duncan, issue 6. Dan Duncan 7. Okay, so we're in good spirits right here. But I think it's when, oh God, what issue was it? Okay, it's not this one. It's when you switch to this one. This is when it starts. So you got 12 issues out of Dan Duncan. Yeah, which I'm fine with that. But then it starts becoming something else. It's like, okay, now we got Andy Kuhn. Andy Kuhn is now the artist for like the next several issues. But then by the time you get to issue 17, it's Ben Bates. And then, let's see here. Where is it at? Because they actually jump around a little bit in these, so forgive me that I have to kind of jump through these, but like what I'm saying is like after the first 12 issues that Dan Duncan did, they literally changed artists like every 5 issues, because now where am I at right here?
He just wanted an excuse to bring out Autumn hardcover since he got the whole thing.
I really did.
That's what they were.
Kevin Eastman did he actually did he did an annual and a second issue. That also kind of fucked my head up a little bit too, because I was like, God damn, what happened?
With the glasses on your nose like that, it's like you looking for a certain Bible verse. That's what you look like, right?
Wait. It only gets better if I do this. Right.
Like you looking for somebody's name in the yellow pages or something.
But y'all get my meaning, right? Y'all get where I'm coming from, right? Like, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see every single time I open up, I pick up the issue, that there's a different artist on. I mean, I like seeing different artists on books, but can you put them? Can you do that later? Can you can we get? Can I get a solid 10, 12, 15 up out you?
To be able to talk to an artist, to ask like what's the deal, honestly? Like,
bruh,
are you charging a certain amount that they don't like for a certain amount of issues, or do they think you like I want to know that game?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Why?
Well, first off,
is it because you don't want to do it? Well, much, because that's a lot of work, or I really
actually no. I actually think I think the homie Damon Hampton just really kind of laid it all out. The IDW don't want to pay nobody.
I don't know that.
I didn't say it. I didn't
Well,
say
hey, shit, you can't say that because
well, no. Look.
they paying Juan right now. They paying Juan right now.
But I don't know how much they paying Juan. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know. But 50 to ink a cover, I ain't gonna lie. That's nasty work. 50. That's nasty work. I'm not gonna hold you. That's nasty work. I don't know how I feel about that. But no, I think that, and maybe that is why you see this a lot. Why you see artists constantly rotating in and out of shiz, because they're not getting paid. That's what I think. That like maybe that is why. And I have heard, from lots of people in the industry, not just Damon, but I've heard from others. Yeah. I've heard from others that some places don't want to come up off that bread. I'm just saying. I'm not out here trying to roast. I'm calling a spade a spade. Okay? I'm calling a spade a spade. But somebody tells me, that's just what I believe. I've literally heard from because remember, I think, what was it? It was the shit that happened not that long ago. Shit, I don't have the notes in front of me right now. But I remember when there was an artist that was on Instagram talking about shit like this, and but that particular artist was flaming Marvel, and basically said Marvel pays the least of anybody. It makes so much more sense why artists constantly are changing on those books. Because remember, X-Men was like that for a minute during the Krakoan era. It was like, dude, who the fuck drawing this? Like, I came here because y'all said Pepe was on the book, but now I see Pepe done dip, and it's been some other motherfucker drawing for the last 5-6 issues. Then Pepe come back.
Say what's funny about that. We get Joshua Cassara for a little while, and then somebody else switch up, but y'all thought y'all was being sneaky because y'all tried to get who was taking over for Joshua to try to copy him, you sycophants. I caught you. I read a lot of X-Force big time. I caught y'all trying to copy that motherfucker. Y'all trying to copy that man to where.
Thank you, Trap
One of these things did not look like the other. And Ben Loudly with the 2. Oh, you saying Dustin Wynn?
Yeah, that was what it was.
Right. I ain't seen Dustin in a minute. I was shocked to see him on that Jason Todd book. That's one person I have not seen in a wow.
Dustin be out here, but
so
that's now
I
know
watercolor
why.
paint. That's a watercolor paint, motherfucker. He mean you need to pay that man.
Yes.
But Ben Lally with $2 saying the best artists can't draw a regularly book. Bullshit. Marco Cacchetto is doing Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Oh, I will also point out that, if there's artists that are highly sought after, have to get a lot of work. I mean, I get that part of it, but at the same time, I've seen people do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it can happen. But here's the thing, though. I think that and here this
isn't Turtles monthly?
Yeah, Turtles is monthly.
So yeah, Juan's a damn good. Here's one of the best. That's a bad man. I'm happy that Ernie has gotten to see it on a book that he loves. As me, I've been a fan of him for a minute, but no, the best artist can draw it.
Yeah,
you just got to pay him.
Yeah, you got to pay him. You got to
pay him. You got to pay him.
You got to come up off that bread, pimp, and you got to. And here's the thing,
yes, Caribbean Hideout. We'd have talked about Ultimate Fantastic Four. You missed it.
Yeah, we was already on that. We literally not too long ago kind of jumped through that hoop.
Yeah. Back to what you was at.
I will also say, just for anyone who was wondering, usually whenever I do the multi-story thumbnails, I try to put them in the order that we're going to talk about them. So what's on the left, top and bottom in that order, and then what's on the right is going to be the last thing because it's in the bigger thing. That's I'm just doing that. I'm just doing that just to so people know. But no, you're okay. You're all right because you know what you can do. You can run that
he
shit back.
He said it. He said he can run it back. He
Run
said,
that shit back.
Mark Bagley did over 100 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man. Yes, he did. And even though I'm particularly I'm a fan of Bagley. I'm thinking of Humberto Ramos. But again, that goes back to the point of what Ernie and I just said. Got to open that wallet, big dog.
You got to
Don't
break
open
that
your
bread.
wallet and do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't open. Don't do that.
Because look,
Don't do that.
I'm literally hitting up artists now, trying to find some people to do some stuff for me because I'm starting to find that my mental and emotional bandwidth does not allow me to do as much as I would like. Because I tell people all the time, I'm always writing shit. I just don't have time to draw it all. So like shit, I got like 2 or 3 different stories I'm noodling around on, and like I've literally just been kind of going around being like, hey, you know, how much you charge? Like, yeah, and you know, how you trying to figure out motherfuckers' costs and shit, because I mean, at the end of the day, and I even talked about this before in regards to the other book that's getting lettered right now. That issue, like, I paid that shit out of my pocket. I didn't raise money on Kickstarter. Which I will say this, in the future, that's just what's gonna have to happen, because I can't pay out of pocket like that again. That shit put me virtually in the hole for a good little minute. But the thing is, I also at the same time want to pay people a fair wage. I'm not gonna sit here and try and offer somebody $50 to draw a page for me when I know that's not what that's worth. Especially for the type of art that I want to see, that I want to pay someone to create for me. I'm not going to be like, hey, look, I know your page rate is like, I know you usually asking like $2 some a page or whatever, or however much their page rate is. But man, look, can you do it like 50 a page? Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
You gotta hit him with that. You gotta hit him with that.
Yeah, like, like, cause I mean, look, cause I know me, I could bust a motherfucker's head for my own art. Like, if someone wanted to ask me. If someone wanted to ask me to draw some shit for them, because I have told people before, I did something very recently where I provided some art for somebody, and I kind of let them know up front. I was like, I'm not going to go into the full story about it, but I let them know like what I could have charged for my trouble, but and I took less because it was for charity, but like
That's what you were talking about?
Yeah. But no, and you know what? I guess I could. Okay, I'll put you like this. When it comes down to it, ultimately, at the end of the day, full fucking disclosure. Full fucking disclosure. If I wanted to, I could literally tear a motherfucker a new asshole with what I could charge. For my own art, because I'm not saying that I'm like some like super duper mega ultra fucking god when it comes to fucking art. No, not saying that at all. Never gonna say that. That is, I don't want anybody putting fucking words in my mouth. Never said that. But if I wanted to, I could fuck a motherfucker's day up. Asking for the price that I feel is fair. And I have before. Like, honestly, I have at some points in my life considered or reconsidered my stance on doing art commissions and art for hire. The problem is that I don't have time. I don't have time to do art commissions on such a regular basis. Like, I would be one of those motherfuckers that like you would hit me up for some art and I would be like, all right, cool, I got you right now. And then like after that, would I be like, all right, commission's closed because I ain't got time. Like y'all would see commissions closed on my shit all the goddamn time. And here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like, I could, if I wanted to, if I wanted to, this picture right here Hold, let me pull this up. Let me move this out of the way, and I'm gonna pull this up. That's a smooth 160 right there. That's a smooth 160 if I wanted to. That's minimum 160. 160 off top. I could literally charge $160 for this right here. Especially for the time it took me to do it. If I wanted to charge like by time, I could really fuck a head up. I could ask for 200 if I wanted to. I
love The Last Jedi.
Well, that's not what I was actually trying to pull up, but okay, cool. That's not the thing that I wanted, but whatever. This one right here. I could pull this one. Same. 160. Easy. 160. Especially since I did color. I fucking hate coloring. I don't know if y'all know this about me. I fucking hate coloring. It's my least favorite thing in the world to do. Easily one of my least favorite things in the world to do. And yet here we are. Same here. This was a fucking nightmare on my fucking life. Painting metal. And also doing feathers and shit. So it was a fucking nightmare. I actually could have charged 3. I could have charged 3 bills for this one. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Like when it comes to doing like color work and shit like that, yeah, I can name my price. So like when you're talking about somebody who's doing like sequential art, trust me, 50 to ink a page, or to ink a cover. I mean, not to ink a page, ink a cover. Yeah, fuck all that. That's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. I'm just saying. But basically, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna see. I know this was the let me tell y'all how much of a bad motherfucker I am segment.
Oh yeah, no, I am. I'm a bad dude. I'll say it. I'll toot my own goddamn horn. I'm a bad motherfucker. Where's my shit at? Look,
man.
I'm a bad son bitch. I'll say it. And you know what? I'll say it knowing good and hell well my mother is a nice woman.
I didn't know he was gonna bring his mama into it, y'all. I did.
Yeah, look,
I was waiting on him to talk about the main event of this Blerd Cave.
Look.
Mama Carruthers, he said that. I did not say it. He even cussed when he said it. I did not say that.
Yeah, like I said,
I did not say that.
I'm a bad mamma jamma. I can name my price. I can name my price any day of the week. I can name
Humility doesn't live on this channel.
No, it does not. No, it is not. Nor should it. Why are we out here making ourselves look? I'm like Riri Williams. I ain't making myself small. Fuck that shit.
There you go. Are you ready to talk about what you are you ready to talk about the main event, the one that had you all giddy in your loins, the one where I got that patented Ernie Carruthers nigga in all caps message real quick.
Yeah,
that's what I know. Is either depending on what he puts after that, I know if it's something good or if it's something bad or if it's mess. But this was a patented message where I know this should be something.
Look, hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You
ready to roll out?
Let's do it. Let's actually real quick before we do, because I don't want to lose this. We got Jeremiah Klink with the 5 says, just a quick question, Ernie, where is the video of the worst things Reed Richards has done? As a D1 Reed hater, I need that. You know what? Thank you for saying that.
You know what's funny about that is seeing that question and one of the first videos I watched this morning, because we have all done it. We wake up first thing and we hop on YouTube, maybe see a YouTube short or some shit like that. One of the first things I saw was a video about Reed Richards and his introduction to the Council of Reeds. And, you know, seeing the worst things Reed Richards done as a D1 Reed hater, I need that. The end of that short was after the Celestials were killing all these Reed clones and Reed learned and realized that in order to save everything, he would lose everything. So he refused to do it because he wanted to go back to his family. He could not lose his family. So to see that happy, exactly, to see that happy ass Reed Richards short and see this is funny.
I love it. I absolutely fucking love it. But yes, that's it. Yeah, let's get into our main event. Let's get into our main event. And that is something I wrote it down. I even wrote, like, just so y'all know I'm not bullshit, I literally wrote it on a card. Worst Reed Richards moments. So I took a note. I actually took a note. So don't you worry. Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry. It is in the notes. It is in the goddamn notes. Let's talk about it. So I think a lot of y'all know by now that your boy, huge Energon Universe fan. Huge. So huge, in fact. Oh, man. So many hardcovers on hardcovers. Your boy is out here with the trifecta of the hardcovers that you can get.
That G.I. Joe still makes me mad when you told me what was in it. That's so nasty.
Yeah.
That is you know what? Fuck it. We gonna do it. He's about to praise the fuck out of the Energon Universe and transform. Okay, you see that G.I. Joe hardcover in that man's Spotify people that's just listening? He is literally holding the new Energon Universe code name G.I. Joe Book 1 hardcover in his hand. Keyword G.I. Joe Book 1. Ernie, will you tell them the contents of that hardcover, please?
Duke 1 through 5 and Cobra Commander 1 through 5.
Where's the G.I. Joe in G.I. Joe Book 1?
You know, the best part about it is G.I. Joe isn't even a thing until the end of Duke number 5. But I also got Daniel Warren Johnson's Transformers. This is also, now this is not like a bunch of different like minis. This is actually like the first, I think it's first 10. Yeah, I think this is the, let's look at this. Let's see where we at on this. Yeah, this is the first 10 of, first 10 of this series. Also, what I love about these, and I don't know if I told you this, Carter, and it's why I'm kind of struggling to figure out where shit begins and ends, is because they don't do the whole thing where like, oh, hey, let's put up a cover between issues. No, that's just, it's just continuous. Like when you read these,
not even have like a table of contents, so you know, or like page numbers?
There's so the way they did these. So when you open this up, it just says Chapter 1. So
that's the first page.
That's the first page.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
What they
table
do,
of contents. That's nasty.
Well, because the way they're treating it as though let me see if I can actually get to it. Because like the only cover is like, so like you get this point, it says end of chapter 1, and then you get the start of chapter 2. And then when you get to the end of it, it'll say like end of chapter 2, but then like it'll go into like all the back matter stuff, the Daniel Warren Johnson sketches and shit. I think they even have the one that he was talking about on his live stream, where he said when he was originally doing his art for Transformers, that his Optimus Prime was a little too round. I don't know if anybody remembers that live stream. It was actually a really good one, but like it has like all his thumbnails, because this is the time frame where he was still drawing the book on top of writing it. And also I got Void Rivals, which is Robert Kirkman. Now I saved these two for last, because those of you who do not know, Transformers with Daniel Warren Johnson at the helm writing is coming to an end in, I think it's in 3 or 4 more issues. When issue 24 drops, that's going to be the end of the Daniel Warren Johnson run. So, who is going to be taking over for Daniel Warren Johnson, because it's not just Daniel Warren Johnson leaving. It's also Jorge Corona who took over on art duties after Daniel Warren Johnson went strictly to doing the writing. So Robert Kirkman, as I said, who has been doing fantastic on, which, by the way, I just got to say this, Void Rivals, if you're not reading this, you need to be reading this book. I don't give a fuck what you think about Transformers. It don't matter. This shit's cold. If you are a fan of Transformers, you're not reading this book, give me your Cybertron card right now. I do not believe you. You're not a fan. You're not a fan if you're not reading this, because this book is heat. It's fire. It's cold. And Robert Kirkman is about to bring that same energy to Transformers. I think he is still going to be writing this, but he's going to be going over into the Transformers verse. And we were talking about blockbuster creative teams.
This man is getting paid.
Oh, yeah, no, dude, let me tell y'all something.
This brother's getting paid.
Dude, Dan fucking Mora on art. In this economy, what are we doing? What is happening right now? Dan the Man Mora. Here, let me pull this up, because y'all.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. When you sent me this, and again, y'all, he sent me the message with the patented nigga in all caps, and just sent me covers and pages. When I saw Kirkman Mora, I didn't let myself get excited. Reason being, because I said out loud, it's only for one issue. I couldn't make myself believe that, no, this is the creative team going forward. I sure as shit just thought it was, it's maybe just 1 or 2 issues until they find somebody else. Not DC Dan. Oh, shit.
Yeah, right. I saw it. Wait a
The
minute.
legend. DC Dan.
Wait a minute. This right here. Wait, this one actually took me out. Ernie's pick is now up at SkyBlew.
Bruh.
After they removed it from Marvel. Look, wait. Look, wait, why is CB Cebulski right now sitting in his office watching the Blerd Cave looking like
That's what
But no, let me pull up some more of these covers, because man, these covers are lit.
Yeah.
This is one from Daniel Warren Johnson. This is actually which, by the way, just absolutely cold. Actually, you know what? Let me be careful, because sometimes Jorge Corona and Daniel Warren Johnson are kind of close in art style. So now I'm actually double checking myself.
All right. While you do that, Arcane. As far as I know, Dan Mora is doing Justice League Unlimited. He's going to be doing Transformers.
He was doing World's Finest too.
On World's Finest as well.
Oh, and he's got the Batman Tokusatsu.
Book.
He's got Batman Tokusatsu. He's got Tokusatsu Batman.
And I think he might be on a Superman book. I don't want to don't quote me on Unlimited, but I feel like he's on a Superman book as well. So he got like 3 or 4. Just in all directions. And I'm happy for him. Do it. Do it.
Yeah. Wait, so Dan, whichever cassette bot is Soundwave getting that work, and look, he's pulling the tape out. He's like, no, man, take that shit out. But no, but yeah, no, I don't think he is doing Power Rangers.
As far as I know.
What, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. At one
I'm
point.
talking about Prime. I'm talking about Prime. That's the only Power Rangers book. I don't think he was that wrong.
No, not Prime. I was talking about just doing Power Rangers before.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
did
the only Power Rangers book I'm aware of
is
Prime, and no, he's not doing Prime.
And then, like I said, we got this. I love how this one has. This is like slick. Kind of shades of some of the old IDW kind of vibe with the Transformers cover here. I like that. That's pretty slick. Dude, this right here, I'm not gonna lie, I love the stylization. On it.
I like that I can just recognize Jay Lee now.
Yeah, like that's just a
Like
thing.
you just know Jay
He's
Lee
like-
now. It's like with Dustin Wynn. You
Yeah.
know when you see them watercolors, that's
You
Dustin
like-
right there. You,
like,
you
oh, yeah.
immediately know. But yeah, it's so easy to notice a Jay Lee.
Oh yeah, no, you ain't sneaking that motherfucker past nobody. But these are some unlettered pages right here. Also, dude, Dan Moore, dude, just look at this shit. Look, man, look out.
I bet not hear any complaints about all his faces look the same. I will punch a goat. Don't do that.
Man, what you just
Don't do
said.
that.
What you
I don't
done
want to hear
said.
nothing. I don't want to hear a peep.
Dude, not a one. Look at this shit. Look at how. Dude, and you know what I love right here? How many of y'all remember? How many? I want to ask this. How many of y'all remember the way they used to do the G1 Transformers animated series? They used to do this thing where they would have this kid that would talk to Optimus Prime between like commercials and shit. That's what this reminds me of, like where he would drop down to one knee and let the kid like stand in the palm of his hand, or you know, or whatever. I was like, that's kind of like what they're doing like right here in this kind of. I feel like it's an homage. To that. But and then you got like right here, yeah, we got some other stuff. You got apparently. I don't know what happens between now and then, but the hashtag free Ultra Magnus, we can now put that hashtag away. He is safe and sound. He is back with his people because they've been doing your boy Ultra Mags dirty as hell. God damn. I was like, dude, does Daniel Warren Johnson hate Ultra Magnus? Because he is putting that boy through his paces. Jesus. But yes, I'm sorry. Look. I have to go back. I have to go back to this whole. I got to here. Let's. I got to zoom this in. I got to zoom. Look at how pretty. Look at how pretty this book looked. This is the only like I was telling people on threads. The only reason I am okay with Daniel Warren Johnson leaving the book, even though he has been writing absolute heat for the past 20-some issues, the only reason I'm letting it slide is because I got Dan Moore. That's the only Robert Kirkman too, but it's like, man, Skybound knew. They were like, look, man, there ain't no way we letting
Dan Moore with Mike Spicer's still there with those colors, so he can still make, because a lot of Dan Moore stuff in DC, it's fantastic, but it's all this. It's bright. It's bright, poppy superhero colors. So with this book and with Mike Spicer on the colors, you can still do the phenomenal Dan Moore with that gritty griminess. Since we're fucking with cars and stuff, so that's
man,
dope. That's
like,
dope.
I'm just saying, but like I like it because for one, it maintains the consistency. Yeah, we changed the art team. But here's the thing, and I know some people are going to probably be like, well, weren't you just complaining about art team shit? Look, if Daniel Warren Johnson done hung 24 around our neck, Daniel Warren Johnson's about to hang 24 issues around our neck. That's at least
Many of which did he draw as well?
Yeah, like he drew about half of those. He drew about half of those. So, like, I'm like this. I'm like, look, man, let the motherfucker do what he got to do. All right, look, I'm good. I'm good. To me, that is time served. That man is free to go do whatever he want. He can go right wherever he want to go right. But like, if this would have been one of them situations where it's like, oh, okay, we got Daniel Warren Johnson, drawing the book for like 2 issues. We're gonna bring in somebody else, and we got like we're gonna bring in just some random dude off the street, and then we're gonna maybe bring in somebody else for about 5 issues, and then bring somebody else in for another 2, and then for another 3, and then no, I don't want to see that. This is a change of the guard. I am totally here for it. I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. And Robert Kirkman, like, and I know, like, I've had my criticisms of Robert Kirkman. Nothing really has much to do with his writing, more so than his business practices. His business practices leave a lot to be desired. But when it comes to his writing, I think he is a good writer, and he has come a long fucking way. I mean, I thought he was. I thought Robert Kirkman was a good writer before, even during like the Walking Dead and Invincible days. But he did have some shortcomings. Writing women,
both.
Yeah. Look,
both.
that man does not know how to write. That man did not know how to write women until not too terribly long ago. That man was doing women dirty as hell in his books. But yeah, it's I like where Robert Kirkman is now as of like Firepower, Void Rivals. Like he has proven he actually has evolved to the type of writer that I want to see doing more shit. And to see him doing Transformers, kind of already seen, like, if you read Void Rivals, it's real easy to see his love for Transformers in that book because of the types of characters he brings into it. Yeah, and the deep cuts that he goes back to with the Transformers. So I'm here for it. I want this book. I want it to succeed. I think that yeah, while I'm sad to see the changing of the guard, I'm happy to see that SkyBlew did not slouch on ensuring that they got the best possible creative team to pick up the baton. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something that what SkyBlew has done with this needs to be studied. It needs to be studied. And I think that the sooner that people do that, maybe we'll see some good changes for the better. I don't know how long they're going to be on the book. We don't know that yet. But 25 Transformers 25 drops this October. So I think we're gonna just have to wait and see what happens.
Chef J, that is all Ernie. He said you guys talking about firepower got me to checking out, and it didn't disappoint. That is all Ernie. Ernie was the one that put a lot of people onto that book. I've never read Fire. Give all credit to where it is due with him. I remember. Okay, I couldn't remember if I got you that other. I could not remember if that was one of them ones.
Yeah,
you said,
that
go
was
ahead.
the one. That was the one.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Also, I thought was wild is that the second book is thicker than the first book. That is insane.
Yep.
But yeah, this I'll say it again just in case anyone needs to know. Okay. Firepower is the Iron Fist we deserve.
How many issues was that?
I think this went 26.
Okay.
I think this went 26. Or no, 30. It was 30. Lies. The lies I've told. 30 issues is what we got. Man, such good shit. This is such good shit.
Hey, something else we got.
What we got?
We got 10 from Andros, the Warrior High Alpha.
Woo!
He said, whenever I listen to 4 by Japan X, feel like there should definitely be a Saw anime series with Hellsing Ultimate animation style, and think about all the blood and gore in that song as an opening.
Yes.
So a Saw anime series with Hellsing Ultimate, that sounds pretty nuts. I enjoyed Hellsing Ultimate. I watched the original Hellsing anime and Hellsing Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna watch one, Ernie and everybody else involved, don't watch the original. Lord Jesus, don't watch.
It's
cut on Hellsing Ultimate with extreme prejudice. Okay?
Yes,
don't
no,
leave
100%.
that original anime alone. Put it over there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the same hole y'all want Hush 2 in. Put it over there. Put it over there.
Look, put it in the gulag. Well, no, so I'm a huge. For those that don't know, the song that is being referenced, it's effectively the Saw theme. It's a better version of it, actually. It's actually a better version of it. But also, man, never watch the documentary about X Japan. You'll just cry. It's sad. It's so sad. But that said, yes, I would co-sign this 100%. I would love to see it personally, and fingers crossed, maybe one day, maybe now, because I think Saw is under new ownership. For those that do not know. Yeah, Blumhouse. I think Blumhouse. Blumhouse acquired the rights to the Saw franchise just a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So yeah, that means that yeah, you will probably start seeing a lot of Saw shit in the next couple of years.
Saw
Maybe in the next year.
Saw or whatever the fuck that Chris Rock one was. Spiral. Are we gonna see Saw? Or are we
Spiral.
gonna see Spiral?
Nah, you know what? I won't hold you. I actually really enjoyed Spiral. I know a lot of people didn't, but like I always like to see people step out of their comfort zones. And
That's why I want to watch it.
Yeah,
That's exactly why I want to watch it.
Now, I will say, I have my complaints about Spiral, but they're very different from the complaints a lot of other people had. I actually think Chris Rock didn't do a bad job trying to play a different type of character. I think where the movie does fail is that you can see the reveal of who is the new Jigsaw. You can see that shit coming a mile a fucking way. Like
Chris Rock in that. More than I liked his ass on a whole season of Fargo.
Man, and you know what? And the fucked up part is, I actually didn't mind him in Fargo, so it was like shit. I was like, but damn, I was like, okay, like, because I think that was the first time I think I saw Chris Rock try to do something serious, like super serious or more serious. And I was like, yeah, I was like, he's doing okay, he's doing okay here. But when I saw Spiral, I was like, goddamn, I was like, he's actually like, playing the part. I was like, okay. Not to mention we're dealing with like ACAB. So I'm like, yes, let's go. I was like, this is what we need. But yeah, it just, for me, it was the reveal. It was the Jigsaw reveal that, like, I'm talking about, you could see that shit coming from like 20 miles away. Like you like the tornado warning sirens started playing before you even saw the motherfucker. But no. But yeah. It's it is what it is at that point. But yeah. What else we got here? What else we got? Thank you for that 10 too, by the way. Oh, you know what? Here, there's another one here that I'm trying to see. Let me go back and see if I can find it. Here we go. Bam, got it. Bam, found it. 49 months of the Blerd Club Gold Mine. John battles with Carter and Ernie. Do y'all think they'll bring a mask into the proceedings? I don't know.
No,
because
that would be a huge shock if they did to me.
So I'm trying to see who owns the rights. I'm trying to see who owns the rights to Mask. First off, let's check that first. So it's Deke that own the rights to Mask. For those that you may or may not remember. I know some people probably thinking, what, Jim Carrey? No, we're not talking about Jim Carrey. We're talking about Mask. Mask. The cars, y'all.
You know, I never thought about that.
What, talking about Jim Carrey?
I never thought about that.
I'm trying to see who owns the rights to it currently. Because you know what? I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I actually think you'll see Dynamite do something with that before, like Dynamite or Mad Cave, because of how hard in the paint they're going with licensed like with IPs. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. How old is this? Oh, this is old than motherfucker. God damn. Dude, how did I not know about this?
Yeah, real quick too.
God damn. Oh, and you know what? Ooh, okay, so here. I got to share this with you, Carter. You know what I did not know? I'm today years old, and this is I feel kind of nasty for this. Carter, did you know there was a Mask book that came out at IDW like in 2016? This is it right here.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, okay, all right, shit. All right, let's go. So I don't know. Maybe IDW still has the rights to it. I don't know. They probably don't because that stuff's usually on a timer. So we'll see. We'll have to play. We'll have to play a lot of that by ear. But yeah, this looks cold. This actually looks cold in the motherfucker. That actually here, I just want to zoom in real quick because I'm a details guy. But yeah, look at that shit. Look how. Yeah, look at that. Look. Also, man, I'm always impressed by people's vehicles because I hate
Sean Gordon Murphy.
I think it is. That looks looks like it's kind of got his vibes. I mean, I could be wrong. But yeah, this was to my understanding. Let's see here. Writer Brandon Easton and artist Tony Vargas. So, and you know what? I think maybe they could bring Mask to the Energon universe because, as it seems, Paramount has the rights to it, so that is kind of one big ass umbrella. So I wonder if maybe they could. They probably could bring in Mask. They probably could. So, you know, I'd be here for it. So, I mean, I'm not gonna complain. You won't get no complaints out of me about that shit. Let's go ahead and I guess you know what? Do we want to go ahead and do let's go ahead and do a recommended. Let's go ahead and do a little recommendation.
What you thinking?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what. And I'm gonna recommend this because I was mad. I was mad when I found out that this was out. Pisses me off. Pisses me off a lot, actually, because not only was it out, not only was this shit out, it had been out, and Hulu was not advertising it. Hulu literally, I see now, that there were trailers and and all kind of other bullshit. But one of my favorite manga in recent memory, and also an anime that I thoroughly enjoy, Go Go Loser Ranger. The second season had been released, and I had no idea that it was out. I looked up because I heard, for whatever reason, I just was just kind of scrolling through anime news, and I saw something about, oh yeah, Go Go Loser Ranger season 2, da 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 da, and I was like, what? And I saw they had episode 11 was out, and I was like, excuse me? And then I ran to look and see what was going on. I was like, holy shit. They for real deal got Go Go Loser Ranger season 2 up and ain't said shit. Ain't said shit about it. So yeah, for those who are not familiar, Go Go Loser Ranger is an anime about a Super Sentai themed kind of Power Ranger style team. It basically kind of takes the elements of Super Sentai and marries them to the boys, in the sense that the Super Sentai are not the heroes. They're the bad guys. The Red Ranger is basically Homelander. He is basically Homelander for all intents and purposes. And it's up to one of the putties to bring down the whole operation from the inside. Basically, the character you see in the middle, was it Fighter D, basically has become he's the protagonist of the story. He's technically a bad guy, but because the Dusters, which are what they call the henchmen in that story, basically they're basically slaves that just they fight the Rangers, but they have to lose every time, otherwise the Rangers threaten to kill them permanently. And basically Fighter D is trying to join the Rangers, infiltrate their ranks, and then take them all down. And by the time you get to the end of the first season, you kind of get to see a taste of what he's capable of doing. But also over the course of the second season, they're following, they're basically kind of digging more into, he's officially a part of the Ranger Academy. He's officially he's basically like a junior Ranger, more or less. He's not like a full-on Ranger, but he's in he's closer to the inner circle than he was before. And he's starting to learn more about what the Rangers are really like, and his opinions and ideas about what's going on are kind of starting to shift. And there's also people outside the Rangers who kind of feel similarly to Fighter D, and they're kind of on the rise as well. And you're starting to learn that even some of the people who are already in the Rangers might not be that far from D's line of thinking as well. But yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. I highly recommend. I have not finished I kind of fell off on the manga because once the show came out, I was like, well, I'll just watch the show because, yeah, I ain't got the time. I read too much shit as it is. But I do highly recommend it. And yeah, if you like Super Sentai or you like Power Rangers, I think you'll find a lot to love with Go-Go Loser Ranger. Let's see here. Questions,
we got two. One of them I'm leaving for you to answer off stream. Because that's more of that may be a potential work question. But one of the questions we got is from Doma saying, hello, Aaron and Carter. I'm gonna like you. Spell check didn't catch you. Hello, Aaron and Carter. Hope you're having a good day. I finished watching Ironheart. It's a great show with a lot of depth and complexity. My question to you both, is it better than the comics or is it about equal footing? Ernie, you have watched the premiere now twice.
Yes.
So you've read the comics now. What say you, big dog?
I think it's actually a very good adaptation of the comics. I will say I think the comics are just a little bit better just because I feel like you get to see a little more superhero shenanigans. And I like superhero shenanigans, but I do like what they've done with the characters. They actually made me give a shit about the Hood, which I don't normally give a shit about the Hood in the comics. I think he's kind of a silly hero, a silly supervillain. Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool, bet. Yeah, moving on. But no, I like the way Dominic Thorne portrays Riri Williams, and I think I said this before, but I've seen lots of people say, oh, you know, she's too prickly, she's too this, she's too that, and I'm like, that's the point. I was like, that's her character, so that just shows that the people who wrote this show paid attention to what the character is supposed to be like. Riri Williams is not a nice I mean, she's a nice person, but like, I think that's why I gravitate to her as a character, is because she is a lot like me. And what I mean by that is Riri is the type of person that, like, she just doesn't become instantaneous friends with people. I know it seems like I'm a really nice guy sometimes, or that I'm really, like, sociable. I'm really not. It's all on accident. When I meet new people, they kind of have to earn my friendship. You know, they kind of have to earn that shit. I don't just give that shit away freely. I'm generally, I'm not going to say cold, but I don't just like, oh my God, everything is great when I meet somebody for the first time. Unless like we just really hit it off, and that's incredibly rare. And that's how Riri is. And I think that's why I gravitate towards her as a character a lot. Not to mention similar backgrounds. Not with the super genius shit, but, you know, the fact that, she's lost, people in her life that were very important to her. One of them being her stepfather, who was more of a father to her than her real one, same as me. And a best friend that, like, she was super, super, mega, ultra tight with, just like me. Not to gun violence, but just to natural causes, in my case. So, like, there's a lot of boxes that Riri ticks that are automatic, not red flags, but green flags for me. So that said, yeah, I would definitely say if you want to talk about like the comics, I still think Evel Ewing's Ironheart series is the GOAT. I think that's the thing to beat. And had we have gotten Stephanie Williams' Ironheart book, maybe I would say that too. But yeah. That said, yeah. We're let's get to our next one.
All right, this last one here is from Haifakage 510. He's saying, "Hey fellas, thank you for the stream today. I'm a huge DC fan, and with that, yes, I'm a huge Batman. Well, I used to read a lot of the comics for DC and Marvel in 2000, early 20 teens, and I can't remember if the brotherhood relationship between Batman and Superman existed back then. The one thing I've always loved was the brotherhood in the animation DC animated movies. My question to you guys is, are there two characters in any label that you love to see together more than you like their singular escapades? So I'm gonna take okay, I didn't read that last part at first.
Okay.
So one that I would give you that I would not mind seeing a book from, just because of the issues I've seen them interacting.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Batman and Zatanna when they're together. That was something I was not expecting to like.
Yeah.
I saw it in book form first, and then I had seen some random Justice League episode where Batman and Zatanna were. I really like how those two are. I would not mind a book with a Batman and Zatanna, with Batman doing his thing and then magic shenanigans. Wouldn't mind.
Yeah. No, I 100%. I 100% agree with that.
I was going to say my other one for Marvel. I was going to say one I've said several times, Hyperion and Thor. You know what? I'm gonna stick with that one because Hyperion's series didn't really go nowhere. After Secret War, that was a nothing soup, is what that was.
Yeah.
That was a nice, cool plate. I'm sorry. It was a nice bowl, a very self-serving bowl of fresh water with no seasoning. I really enjoyed what Jonathan Hickman did with Hyperion and Thor in his Avengers series. I would not have mind seeing Hyperion kind of move over to the Thor series, maybe to leave help his boy out, do something, help his dog whoop somebody at Roxanne or something of that nature. I did really like the broski shit that was going on. But yeah, I think those would be my two. Those would be my two for sure. For sure.
For DC, this was kind of easy. For me, just because it's two characters that I think work really well together. And while you do see them together in a lot of books, I actually do wish they had a series that just put them together. And that's Jon Stewart and Guy Gardner. Especially after I was recently going back and reading. I've been going back and reading Infinite Crisis. Because of a question I got asked recently about it. And man, some of them Guy Gardner scenes aged like milk. Oh my God. That man, I'm shocked, dude. I feel really sorry for the people who go watch Superman next month and be like, "Ooh, Guy Gardner, I love that character. I want to go back and read some of his old comics." And then you get to that Infinite Crisis, you can be like, "Ooh."
That's a good one. That was one I was gonna pick before Hyperion and Thor, because the one thing about that group, Ernie, is I could not believe it until I heard you talking about I can't remember what Green Lantern Corps book you're referring to, but I could not believe that out of all of them, those two were the tight one. Those two were like this. I couldn't believe that when you told me.
Dude, as a matter of fact, so I'm gonna tell you where I first started seeing it. It was in Jeff Johns' Green Lantern. It's not to say that they weren't cool with each other before, but like kind of before all that, you usually just saw a guy hanging out with other members of like the Justice League, like International or like the OG Justice League, or whatever, like Fire, Ice, Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, shit like that. You didn't really see him hanging out with John like all that much. But when you got around to like the Jeff Johns point, I feel like that's when you really started seeing like Guy and John almost always together, because I think it was around that time where Hal had gone gone through all that parallax bullshit, and then he had come back from that. And at the time, it was really just John and Guy holding it down while Kyle was doing his thing. And then, like, as time progressed, it just worked that these two characters, like, really played well off of each other. And, like, and now I think when you see John in a book, it's almost guaranteed Guy is somewhere nearby. Because
Philip Kennedy Johnson's Green Lantern book.
Yeah.
Who was coming in to save the day and help his boy? It was Guy. So yeah.
Yeah, like it's
I
like
could not believe that.
Yeah, it's like, so honestly, I don't know why it hasn't. I mean, yes, technically, you've had the Green Lantern Corps books. You've had the Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps books. You've had all those. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, fine, whatever, cool. I'll concede that ground that we've already gotten them in books, but I don't think we have ever gotten a book that is like, hey, this is specifically a Guy Gardner, John Stewart duo book. We ain't nobody else.
And you could very easily do that.
Yes.
I would read a Green Lantern Corps that was just them two. Y'all have done these books to where, okay, I'll give you a clear-cut example because you brought up Green Lantern Corps. You could do a Guy and a John Green Lantern Corps book, and if you need to have another Green Lantern that you got to put in something, do like y'all did with Kyle Rayner and Star Sapphire and them. Just do another New Guardians.
Yeah. Well, and
That's easy.
And thing is, and they've already got the blueprint for this. You already did Green Lanterns with Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz. Just do that again, but just have it be John and Guy. That's easy money. And if you want to get into like the Marvel side of it, excusez-moi, I think that one's a little bit trickier for me. However, two characters that I find entertaining together that you don't really see together very often is I almost said Khonshu, Moon Knight. Moon Knight and Black Panther. Those are two characters I would actually like to see team up more often. Not because they're best buddies or anything, because they're not. They're actually not. But when they're on the same page together, I actually think they work very well together. We saw this during the Christopher Priest run. We've seen this in Jason Aaron's Avengers run. And anytime I've seen Black Panther and Moon Knight have to interact with each other, it usually leads to some pretty interesting shenanigans because they're two characters that have not the same background, but they have very similar, like, shit going on in their world where, like, hey, Moon Knight, you're the avatar for this, moon god. Black Panther, you're the avatar for this panther god. Like, and these gods interact with one another. So technically, y'all already have background with one another. And I think it would be really interesting to maybe have a book at some point. And I don't know. I don't know who I would put on it or how I would make it work or what I would even call it. You could call it Marvel Black and White if you really wanted to, if you just wanted to be really on the nose about it. But like, you have a book where you've got Moon Knight, a guy who literally, all his personality shit, all of his dissociative identity disorder shit, and all the wacky shit he gets up to, and then Black Panther with all of his statesman stuff that he has to deal with, and like having to be a leader and so on and so forth. Like blending those two characters together, I think could really lead to some stuff, because you also have to remember that sometimes what Khonshu wants and what Boss want, they sometimes conflict. And I think there's a really good story to tell having two people working together in circumstances where maybe they probably would not, and even in some circumstances where maybe they are very aligned, but maybe not for the same reasons. There's something that you could really do with that. You know what? I'm a cheat. Black Lightning and Mr. Terrific. I think that definitely needs to be a thing. Black Lightning, because that's a thing that actually came up during the Mr. Terrific Year 1, Number 2. That I think that book will remind some people that Mr. Terrific and Black Lightning are very close. They are very close friends. But we don't really get to see them together that often.
Okay, I'm gonna make myself mad, but you saying that, I'm gonna be greedy with it. I don't want just Black Lightning and Mr. Terrific. I wouldn't mind Black Lightning and Mr. Terrific with Josiah Power. Now that I've been introduced to this character, I want him on with the Power Company because that would be fire.
Honestly, I'm shocked Mr. Terrific isn't on the Power Company. I'm actually shocked he isn't. Also, can we please stop bullshitting? Make that a goddamn series. Can we please stop bullshitting?
I know where that's coming from.
It's trying to sneak Power Company in on the Black Lightning truck. I see what y'all doing. Y'all ain't slick. Stop it.
For y'all that don't know, the Black Lightning mini that finished up a couple of months back, it has a trade coming out because, of course, it does. DC All In. But I sent it to Ernie today because the trade that is coming out for that book is also going to include the DC Power Rise of the Power Company, and was it something else? I sent you that goddamn picture, and
it was the DC Power from the previous year as well. I think. Yeah,
2024.
Like it was like the one for it was this year's and then the previous year's. I was like, okay, I guess,
but not the DC Power Company recharge.
Yeah, not that. Which I'm sorry.
So what y'all gonna do with
that? Like what the absolute fuck are we doing?
It's awesome, but it's not awesome at the same time, Bird Nerd, because y'all put out the DC Power trades with a bunch of collected stories. Now y'all not even. So what's happening in the recharge? Where is that gonna fit? Like, are y'all gonna try to expect people to double dip and just release the Black Lightning with last year's DC Power, this year's DC Power, and then you're gonna release another one that has this year's DC Power and then the Power Company recharge? Yeah, I know good and goddamn well y'all been it's a trade with just 2 issues.
Bro.
Oh Lord Jesus, no.
Yeah, that's that's just. I'm sorry. Nah, that these people are bullshitting as far as I'm concerned. They're
y'all really hid the DC Power in the Black Lantern. Y'all hid the niggas in the niggas. I can't stand y'all sometimes.
Dude, it really is.
I can't. Y'all hid DC Power in the Black Lantern book. You put it over there with the other Black folks.
Can't stand it. Can't stand it. I hate it. I hate to see it. But all that aside, and you know what? I'll give you another one. And I'm actually mad at Marvel for this. Breaking up Blue Marvel and Monica Rambeau was nasty work. That was nasty work.
Right,
that was a book we actually should have gotten. We should have gotten a Blue Marvel, like a Monica Rambeau Blue Marvel book or some shit. I said that a long time ago, and I feel like they fucking didn't do it out of spite.
That's not why they did it. That's not why they did it. You're reaching. They didn't do it because they wanted to put Gwenpool out.
Oh, no, you're right. No, you're right. Man, you know Gwenpool just hitting. Gwenpool hidden, you didn't know? That's #1 selling book right there. It might be shit.
What?
I don't know.
The toilet bowl because people done ran out of toilet paper and don't want to run the kitchen.
Man, you know what? I ain't gonna hold you. I would laugh my ass off if I went to a comic book shop and said, "Hey, man, can I get can I use y'all bathroom?" And you go in there and you just see a stack of Gwenpool just sitting right next to the commode, just sitting. Hey man, we
don't even care that it's gonna stop it up. We'd be plunger right there. We'd be all right.
Yeah, no, we good. Don't stop. Don't even worry about it. I'm sorry, y'all. Why am I like this? Let's answer some questions. Actually, I saw these
real good.
Yeah, we're doing very good. I'm actually quite proud of us. Let's see here. LP3 says, question, what do you think of the newly announced Street Fighter cast? Roman Reigns as Akuma is fire.
Do you know about all the casting?
I heard about 50 Cent.
No. The most recent casting, big dog. Don't you look it up. Don't you bring your guy. No.
You tell me. You tell me.
I didn't realize that Roman Reigns had gotten cast as Akuma. To me, that fire Somebody pooped in it. That's a fine. But no. Shut your mouth in the chat. Shut your mouth in the chat. Shut your mouth in the chat.
He said,
Okay.
"Don't say shit."
So Dan got cast in the movie, Ernie.
Stop.
Yeah, Dan got cast in the movie.
Who is playing Dan?
Andrew Schultz.
No.
And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is enjoyed this presentation of this week's lovely, fantastic, absolutely amazing Blerd Cave number 310. I hope you all have a fantastic Saturday. I'm not going to be doing anything. I'm going to be playing Sly Cooper, my play Vita, and put music on iPod. Ernie has a lot of stuff he got to get done today, but he is going to now cut the stream and swing at the air for Andrew Schultz being cast
I'm
as
not
Dan
watching this shit.
Hibiki, bro.
Dude,
There you go.
Look, off top.
There you go.
This movie
There
is
you go.
now not. I'm done. The only way I would go see this shit is if I was guaranteed to see him get one shot. Like if I was guaranteed to see him get one shot, that's the only.
And it wasn't
way.
his daddy. It wasn't him that got one shot. It was the daddy that got one shot. That's a shot.
I'm just saying, like, that's the only way. That is the only fucking way. Yeah, I'm sorry. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Like, honestly, they
Say
keep this shit.
exactly what I said when I found out about this in the Discord. I have never stopped caring for something that fast since the end of it, since Imperial got announced.
Look,
since we saw the last from the ashes shit.
Dude, no. Let me tell y'all something. Because, like, they already kind of lost me by casting Fitty as Balrog. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Because I don't ever want to see Fitty and shit ever again. I'm good. I'm super straight on that. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm super duper mega fucking straight on that shit. But let's see here. Where's the
You thought Akuma and Dan were Japanese? How about shut your mouth, Y-tube noob? Because that's what Hollywood wants you
that's
to
what
do.
they said. Yeah.
You think Blanca is really Jason Momoa? You think Blanca is really just a flying Hawaiian that is just having Minecraft shenanigans with Jack Black? No, big dog. No.
Oh my god.
You think Balrog was really out here making stunt 101 before he became a boxing legend? No, motherfucker. No.
Yeah, nah. This is like, let me go. Let me keep it a buck with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
This is I'm not gonna go see this. I'm not gonna go see this. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all right now, just off rip. This is. Yeah, this movie's dead to me. It's dead to me. Like everybody else can have fun with it, and like, look, I'll be that motherfucker, like sitting in my room, looking out the window, watching y'all have fun with this shit, but instead of frowning, I'll be smiling because I'll be so happy for y'all. But please believe, the only way I see this shit is if it's for free. That's the only way. Like if I see it on a,
is it animated?
No, this is supposed to be live action. Yeah, I'm good. I'm super straight on this. Look, when y'all sitting here talking about some oh man, Blerd, you sure you don't want to go see it? Did you see who they got to play Chun-Li? Nah, I'm good. I don't know. No, I don't want to see that shit. This is garbage. Shit is trash. Dude, this is something. This shit is so cheeks. It is not even funny. It is not even to be believed. No. Like, look, like, as soon as you said Andrew Schultz, Andrew Schultz.
Mm-hmm.
No, I cannot. I cannot get jiggy with this. The Blerd does not abide none of the above. None None of the above whatsoever. As far as like okay, Andrew Schultz, that's a red flag. 50 Cent, red motherfucking flag. As far as I'm concerned.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
This is it. That's it. That's a wrap for that. Street Fighter who? Street Fighter who? Exactly. Here, I'm gonna read these real quick. Detron Morton with the question says, do you think Underworld Unleashed was a better One More Day with Wally West and Linda Parks than Peter and MJ? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make that face. I didn't mean to make that face. I apologize.
The warhead, didn't it, goddamn?
You're right. I'm sorry. No, man, maybe. I don't know.
Your face answered that question whether you liked it or not.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, my face was the answer. Question: if Valiant Comics was to be absorbed by a DC, Marvel, or another major company, where would Valiant's character storylines and powers or where would they work best? This is from Chef J. I don't know, Carter. You're more of a Valiant guy than I am. Who do you think?
Yeah.
Who would you like to see?
Neither, because they would probably run them into the ground just as bad as Alien books and them have been doing. I think they would not be utilized well. I think both Marvel and DC have imprints that they don't really they can't multitask. Ultimate Universe is doing so well right now because they don't have 6 or 7 other fucking imprints that they're having to work.
Right.
Absolute is doing really well because no one really cares about Black Label, and they're leaving Snyder alone because he has shown that if you leave him to his own devices, he can pump out stuff that will sell. Whether people, whether the minority don't like it, but they will go and read it. So I don't even think any other imprint would do well with it. I'm just hoping that the current powers that be over at Valiant are taken off the board and they can get back to a point to where it's not just a bunch of Kickstarter bullshit to where we're getting another Bloodshot book again, because that's the only thing that's consistently selling with them. But they're doing another fucking reboot. If you didn't know, they're doing a reboot. Do eventually come back.
Valiant?
This is number, I want to say 2 or 3. The stuff that I've been looking for, stuff like this from 2012. That kind of quality is gone. Greg Pak on this, Peter Milligan. I'm actually reading the Ninjak from 2012 run. That's my book with art from Clay Mann, and Matt Kent is writing it. Creative teams like that, they're not going to Valiant anymore. Valiant ain't really got much of nothing. I'm hoping that the one backing they have with IDW, I'm hoping that leads to some success where some of the can spill over into Valiant. But when it comes to any of the big 3 picking up Valiant, no. Look,
Valiant rebooting their universe one more time. In other news, water, wet. Oh my god, I swear they reboot their universe so much I just can't even take it seriously anymore. We got a question from Splosh says, what book had all 4 main Green Lanterns talking about how 4 of a something is always good, like 4? Oh, that was Hal Jordan of the Green Lantern Corps.
His book. That's his book right there.
That's the one.
4 Corpsmen.
Yeah, the 4. Look, oh man, you had to do it. You had to do it. You had to do it. And you know what?
That's his book. Yeah.
And now everybody has to pay for your sins for bringing that book up. Everybody's got to pay.
Was the guy that said that? Because I think Guy's the wrestling fan. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes. Matter of fact, here, look. Got it right here. Got it right here. 4 legs on a table.
That's all. That's the one thing I can remember from that, and he says it the same way every time.
Yeah. 4 legs on a table, 4 walls on a house, 4 seats in a Mustang GT. The only good thing I ever did was be your friend.
Yeah.
Also, why
That's a gangster way to do.
why are we not? Okay, look, DC. I only ask for so much. What are we doing here? Why do we not have a 4 Corpsman book?
I was gonna say you could just call it the 4 Corpsman. I would read that bitch.
Look,
I would read the 4 Corpsman.
Bruh, DC. Look here. Let me. Here. Come here. Holla at your boy.
Yeah.
I'll write it.
You could even do it episodically. Like
Bruh.
an issue 1, and then one issue would have Guy and Johnny. The 4 Corpsmen would get read just off the name, the 4 Corpsmen.
Bruh, what are we doing? DC, what are we doing? DC, tell me you don't like making money.
Oh, 4 legs on the table, and you could just do that whole thing, and just says these are the 4 Corpsmen with the like Green Lantern symbol as the O. That would sell, bro.
I'm just saying, look, bruh, why are we not making this book? DC, do you know how bad y'all are fucking up the bag right now? Y'all are fucking up the church money right now. Not making this goddamn book. I'm sorry, y'all. No, DC, call me. If y'all scared, y'all ain't got nobody to write this shit. I'll write it. Look, I tell you what, I don't have to look. I'd write it. Look, you call Robert Venditti up, tell him, say, hey, Blerd Without Fear want to write the 4 Corpsmen with you. I would co-write that motherfucker quick as hell. I would co-write that motherfucker. Look, we ain't got to co-write. Look, I'll do a backup story. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I'm just putting that out there. Because right now, this is fiduciary malfeasance that y'all have not followed this up. Why are we not look, do I need to show y'all again? Do I need to show y'all again?
That could be magic. That could actually be magic right there.
And look, I want and no bullshit. We got to keep this. Look, bring back the same artist too. Bring back the same artist on the book as well, because I think that was who was the artist on this one? Because Hal Jordan's Green Lantern Corps, it was actually one of the few books that maintained a consistent art team. It was Jack Hebert, or is it Jack Herbert? Always, some people pronounce it differently. Either way, point of the matter is, I would do it. DC, Jim Lee, who do I need to talk to? Who do I need to contact at the DC Comics office? Do I need to come out there? Do I need?
So I think I think everybody knows you collectively. You lying on that one. You ain't bringing that side.
I mean, to be fair, okay. Look, I would leave the house if they were serious. If they were like, hey, look, if DC wasn't playing so goddamn much, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck are we doing, dude? Who? Yeah. So what y'all saying is y'all like being broke? Okay, cool. Okay. No. That's good. Y'all like being broke. Also, why? Oh man, good God, dude. Do y'all know how easily? We could. Okay, nah. I'm not giving away any more of my ideas for free. Y'all kiss my ass.
There you go.
DC, unless y'all want to call me and talk about how we gonna make this work, if I better not see one email in my inbox from DC Comics if it don't say, hey, about that 4 Corpsmen. If I don't see it, I don't want it. I'm gonna send that shit straight to the trash can. If I see one email from DC Comics that ain't got Corpsmen in the subject line, it's going it's gonna get reported and sent to the trash can. I'm not lying. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. I'm not bullshitting. Y'all know who to get a hold of. Anyway, that's the show, y'all. That's the show.
Yes.
I'm done.
Yep.
Done. I'm tired. I'm hungry.
Yep. Get out of here.
I gotta
Just
put
end
these.
it. Let's cut it.
I gotta put these books on the shelf. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, say I've given y'all so much, DC. I've tried to give y'all so much. And this how you do me. DC Comics.
We coming for you, nigga.